Hello and welcome back to another video, and today I actually have a true King Valkyrie deck profile for you guys. So this deck is absolutely nuts, and it is basically true King of all calamities VFD Turbo, and it's absolutely nuts. This deck actually snowballs so hard, and it can set up negates during your opponent's turn. It has built-in hand traps. It's a going second deck, and it repeats the battle phase, which is absolutely broken. It's insane. And so yeah, Valkyries were an archetype that everybody probably forgot about, but guess what? I made them good. Kind of, not really. I don't know, but it's actually a sick deck. Basically it's an OTK deck, and it can spit out True King of all calamities very easily. So yeah, let's get right into the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing content, daily upload streams, free tournaments with prizing, giveaways, and much more. Let's get into the video. First off, we are running double Valkyrie Sigrun. This card came in Toon Chaos, and it's a level 9, if you didn't notice. So basically, when it's in your hand, you can send a Speller Trap. You can show a face-up Speller Trap card you control and send it to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon it. And basically, that synergizes with this card right here, Valhalla, Hall of the Fallen, which basically is a continuous spell that allows you to special summon a fairy monster from your hand, and then after, you can just get rid of it and summon, of course, your Valkyrie Sigrun. And then it has an additional effect of when it's summoned, you can summon back a level 8 or lower Valkyrie monsters. So that synergizes with this card right here, Diviner of the Heralds, but we'll get into that a bit later. Next up, we have double Trias Hierarchia, I don't know. Basically, it's a super sick card that's also a level 9, if you haven't noticed. And these are not your only ways to get to level 9s in the deck, which is absolutely nuts. So these are very easy ways to get to level 9s, but these are not the only ways. So this one, basically, you contribute up to 3 fairy monsters and summon it, which means that you can even tribute 1 fairy monster and special summon it, which is nuts. And then basically, it gains effects equal to the amount of cards that you tributed. So if you tributed 2 or more, you can see you destroy 1 card your opponent controls, and if you destroyed 3, you get to Pot of Greed, which means that if you destroy 3, not only do you get to pop a card your opponent controls, but also draw 2 cards. And that's not actually why it's good. It's good because it is a level 9, and it's really easy to summon. Of course, it gets some cards in the grave, which is always very good. And yeah, so double Trias Hierarchia, to go with, of course, double Sigrun, overlay into calamities, and you are good to go. The one Valkyrie Brunhild, this card is the most expensive Valkyrie. It's hovering at about $15 right now. And the thing about this card is that it's good. It just, in the version of Valkyrie that I've built, it's not as necessary. You need 1, though. It is absolutely mandatory. I'll explain why later, but it is a way that you get into a level 9. Even though it's a level 7, you'll see in a second why this card is actually like pretty sick in the deck, but you really don't need more than 1. And next up, we have the one Valkyrie Zweit. So Zweit is actually a really cool card because it's spot removal, so it pops an opponent's monster. And then, of course, it adds a continuous spell from your graveyard to your hand, which means that after you summon your Sigrun by sending your Valhalla, you can add back the Valhalla to your hand by summoning the Zweit. Get it? Yeah, so it's a super sick mini combo there. And then the best Valkyrie, we have triple Valkyrie Drite. Drite is your searcher. It's basically the Cyber Giant core of the deck. If it's no more special summoned, you can add a Valkyrie card, not monster, from your deck to your hand. And then a lot of people don't remember that it gains 200 attack for each of your opponent's banished monsters, which is a cool side effect, but really it's so good because it searches any of your Valkyrie cards directly from your deck to your hand, including Ride of the Valkyries. And then, like, you have so many good cards. So, yeah, but you really will be searching for Ride of the Valkyries or even your Sigrun. It really depends on your situation. Next up, we are running double Valkyrie Vierte. This card is pretty cool. You can excavate cards from the top of your deck. And then, yeah, it just adds spell and trap cards from your deck to your hand, basically. It's super sick. And I think that, to be honest, it's a really good card in the deck. Along with the fact that as many Valkyries that you can have in the deck is what you want to put. As many Valkyries as possible. Next up, we have this card. This is the Spice de la Spice. This is the creme de la creme. We have Diviner of the Heralds. 3 Diviner of the Heralds. This is currently in the OCG, but I have a feeling it will be brought over very soon. This card is literally nuts. You open this, you literally are good to go. When it's normal or special summon, you can send 1 fairy monster from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard. And if you do, increase its level by the level of the sent monster until the end of the turn. So what you do is you'll actually go Diviner Effect and send from deck your Valkyrie Brunhild, which then becomes, it gains 7 levels, and it's level 2, so it becomes a level 9. and then from your hand you can summon your Sigrun, because that's your other level 9, and then its effect allows you to summon and bring back the Valkyrie Brunhild. You have a Brunhild, you have a Calamities, you have all that you really, really need. It's an absolutely sick card, not to mention the second effect, that if it's tributed, you can special summon one level 2 or lower fairy monster from your hand or deck. And you're wondering, when is this card going to be tributed? I'm not tribute summoning in 2020. You're right, you're not. You are going to be tributing it for your Trias Hierarchia, because I can't say that name ever, but as you can see, you can tribute up to 3 fairy monsters, so it is able to get rid of your Diviner of the Heralds and summon itself. And then, of course, Diviner triggers, and you just snowball so hard off of this one card. This card is absolutely nuts, and yeah, I can't wait for this to come over. Next up, we have a card that you haven't probably seen since Goat Format, Triple Herald of Orange Light. This card is absolutely sick because it is a negate for your opponent's monster while it's in your hand, and of course it gets some fairies into the graveyard, and it synergizes incredibly with our next card, which is right onto Triple Eva. Eva is absolutely broken because when it's sent to the grave, you can banish 2 other light fairy monsters, and then you can add the same number of level 2 or lower light fairy monsters with different names from your deck to your hand. So it's basically a searcher for a bunch of different fairies, especially this one right here, Diviner of the Heralds, and of course you can also search Herald of Orange Light. So yeah, insane synergy. This card is absolutely nuts. Next up, we have Triple Valkyrie Sachet, our final Valkyrie of the deck. And this one, when it's special summoned, you can special summon a Valkyrie from your deck, and that's absolutely broken. The second effect of milling the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck to the graveyard don't really come up, but like, I mean, it can. You might mill their, like, I don't know, something broken. So yeah, Triple Sachet, absolutely broken. Next up, we have the one, oh yeah, but this card's really, really good. You have to run it. And then we have the 1/1-for-1. This card, you are running the Sachet and Eva, so you do want to have access to your level 1. So 1/1 synergizes with the deck beautifully. Not to mention that you can dump a Valkyrie from your hand and summon it back off of Sigrun because you have a Valkyrie in your graveyard. Then you have Triple Lightning Storm because once again, this is a going second deck, and who doesn't like destroying your opponent's whole board? Smash the like button if you do, because I know you like destroying your opponent's whole board. Don't lie to me. Come on, do it. I'm giving you 3 seconds. 3, 2, perfect. Good job. Good job. I know you did it. I'm trusting you. Let's do it. Okay. Double Final Light. Final Light is also a really sick card. It's a makeshift version of Soul Charge for the deck, which is pretty cool. And then we have Triple Pot of Extravagance because this deck is not at all focused on its extra deck. So Extrav is a perfect card in the deck, and it synergizes absolutely amazingly. Next up, we have Double Ride of Valkyries. Originally, when the deck came out, people were running 3, even though nobody played it, along with Triple Mischief of the Time Goddess. But now, the card, you don't need 3, and you don't need 3 Mischief. This card is absolutely broken. If you like special, sorry, it special summons any number of Valkyrie monsters with different names from your hand, and that alone is broken. And then you get even more pluses if you summon 3 or more, and it's just such a good card. But you are not running more than 2 because, first of all, you're running 5 already because of Triple Drite, and it's a Valkyrie card, and really, it sometimes is a brick if you don't draw enough Valkyries or stuff like that. Yeah, it can be a brick. So not recommended to run at more than 2. 1 Monster Reborn because you are going to be dumping a lot of stuff from your deck to your graveyard. And then the Wincon, the 1 Mischief of the Time Goddess. You don't need more than 1 of this card, to be honest. And basically what it does is it allows you to repeat your battle phase. It skips to the next battle phase, which is yours, and then you can attack with all of your monsters again. And that's the whole point of the deck. So you're going to be attacking 1 time in the battle phase, then rewinding to the next battle phase and attacking again. Get it? So it's like a super sick thing, as you can see. Like, skip the start of the battle phase, skip the start of your turn, and go directly to the battle phase, your next battle phase. See, it's absolutely amazing. Yeah, only bad thing about it is that it's not searchable off of Jet, but you really don't need more than 1. Triple Valhalla Hall of the Fallen. This card is mandatory. Not only does it summon a fairy monster from your hand, which is nuts, you can get rid of it off of your Sigrun to the grave, and then of course you can add it back, which is white, and then loop it, because guess what? It is not a hard once per turn. So super sick combo right there. And finally, we have the 1 Upstart Goblin, because it is a 39 card deck. Next up, I don't know why Entes is still there. Ignore that. That is not supposed to be there, actually, because, or wait, I don't know what I'm saying. Entes, of course, it's supposed to be there. Entes is actually a monster that you can send off of Diviner when you want a, basically, when you want to pop a card your opponent controls and you really can't break it, instead of going for the Brunhild play, you just send the Entis and pop your opponent's cards. Next up, the triple true king of all calamities. You're not going to be ever making 3. I doubt you're going to be making 2. But Pot of Extravagance is in the deck, so we do have to run more than 1 because we are definitely going to be making at least 1. And then we have the one Phantom Fortress in Halabithner. This card is super sick. It's a level rank 9 Xyz monster that basically is really, really overpowered. But if the effects were a quick effect, then that would be so good, but sadly they aren't. So whatever. Next up, we have the one Abyssal because there are quite a bit level 4s in the deck, not to mention our segue into the Link Monsters. That was a terrible segue, but it wasn't even a segue, but let's do this. Link Monsters, the one Brawl Sword Dragon. You're not going to be needing any help to OTK, but Brawl Sword, in case you do, is right there for you. And then we have the one Unicorn, the one Phoenix, the one Cerberus, standard Nightmare package. We have the double of the Herald of Mirage Lights. This is a Link monster that is a negate, a quick effect negate. I believe it's not once per turn either. And yeah, that's pretty broken. Last time I checked, double of the Herald Mirage Lights and double Link Turbo because once again, extra. That's the same reason why you're running 2 of this. Extra, always extra. And finally, the one Relinquish Anima. Nobody plays around this, so punish them for it. Just punish them. Just like you will be punished if you do not smash the like button right now. Because I'm telling you, it will mentally punish you if you don't smash the like button. Because I know you want to, and you're just like hurting yourself if you haven't already. I'm just saying, better smash the like button. And then we continue over here. These are some other options for you. You can run Erida. I don't think it's that good. I don't like Erida. You can run a second Brunhild if you really want, but one seemed to work out fine. But if you really want, you can run a second Brunhild. Exactly the same reasoning for Zwite. You can run a second Zwite. No need, though. Condemned Witch is a cool tech, actually, because you contribute it during your opponent's turn and summon one level 4 fairy monster from your deck. So that's pretty cool. And of course, you can tech in the Forbidden Chalice, Forbidden Droplet, I don't know. You can tech those in because of the effect on someone to search it. And then we have the Final Light. You can run a third if you want. It's a makeshift soul charge. Why not? The one Dark Lord no more. Reasoning, sure, you can run it too. You have a bunch of different levels. A third Ride of the Valkyries, and finally the second Mischief of the Time Goddess, just because you can. And that is it for the deck profile. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. And this was VFD Turbo True King Valkyries, the next best deck, obviously. And of course, I will catch you guys in the next one. All right.